Hey guys, Ashley here, also known as the HLE fan. I am back today with a brand new video. So instead of doing couples I cannot stand, I'm going to do my WWE Royal Rumble 2023 predictions. I am honestly very excited for the Royal Rumble. I honestly feel like the show has had a great build up going heading in. With a lot of the feuds, it's like a lot of the feuds are getting attention. So I'm really excited for that. Um, but one thing I'm going to discuss before we get into this pay per view is the fans outraging about women not being in the intros and Bailey and Becky's matches. Becky and Bailey's match getting cut on Raw 30th. And this led to the Bella Twins going on Instagram Live twice talking about the women's division. So let's discuss it. Personally, I will agree with the fans that I do think it is complete bullshit that there was no women in the intro. I definitely feel like there should have been more women. I think they should have shown more than just Sasha and Charlotte. There were other women in different eras that did a lot for WWE over 30 years. You could have showed Fabulous Moolah. You could have showed um, Mae Young. Shishalina not being on there was a disgrace. AJ Lee not being in the intro was a disgrace. Hell, you could have put Paige winning the Divas Championship off AJ Lee in there as a big moment. That was a really big Raw moment. That got a pop. When Paige beat AJ Lee, that got a pop. Like, when AJ Lee became Roger manager on Raw 1000 episode, that got a pop. That was a huge moment for AJ Lee. And that's a huge Raw moment. This man coming out there, like, that was a huge Raw moment. I definitely feel like it is completely BS that they didn't put a lot of other women in the intro. I will agree with that. So let's talk about Bailey and Becky's match being cut. Personally, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't care about women's wrestling. Women's wrestling needs to crash and reboot itself. Seriously, it needs to just start over. It's gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad to the fact where I don't even care. The only thing I really care about right now, the only two people that I really care about that's like women's wrestlers is just Alexa Bliss and Liv Morgan. That's it. If it ain't Alexa Liv Morgan, I don't care about you. I don't care for Charlotte. I sure as hell don't care for Becky, and I sure as hell don't care for Bailey. Charlotte should not be a 14-time women's champion. That is bogus. That is ridiculous. She shouldn't be a 14-time women's champion. But honestly, I feel like I really don't care about their match being cut on Raw. If I'm being honest, I really don't care about being cut. I mean, I do think it was stupid for them to make it a big deal for them to just cut it, but I really don't care about it being cut. But everybody else in play, they just pull the rug from underneath them. Me personally, I don't care because I don't care about Bailey and Becky. I mean, who really cares to see that match? I don't ever talk about this is the two we haven't seen fight in the Four Horsewomen. I don't really care about them having a match. I really don't. So that's just my opinion. I honestly feel like I care more about women not being in the intro than I care about this match. I don't care for this match. I don't care for them personally. So yeah, that's just my opinion. And I definitely agree with the Bella Twins on their lives. And someone who's not really a big fan of Bella's, I definitely agree with them on Nikki saying that it just feels like WWE is not representing the women right. I definitely feel like there's a lot of people on the roster. Let me rephrase that. A lot of people, no. I definitely feel like there's women that they could do something with if they could find something to do with them. And I also feel like it's a lot about the women not going in there and taking a stand. Like, I really feel like if you really want this, you would go in there and tell them, so what's for me next? What's for me? You didn't get called up here to not do anything, to just sit in catering or sit in a fucking locker room. Tell me I'm going to go into their office and tell them, what the fuck are y'all going to do with me today? What's my storyline? What is going on with me? Because I feel like if you're not doing that, then you're just sitting in catering until you get released. Honestly, that's how I feel. So, yeah, I definitely think, hell, Nikki Bella breaking AJ Lee's reign, that was a pretty big deal. That was a big deal. It was everybody had their feelings about it. So I definitely feel like it should have been in the intro for Raw. That was a really big moment for women at the time. Whether or not Nikki Bella was going to be AJ Lee's title reign, which I don't think she should have, but you guys already know how I feel about that in my Nikki Bella's title reign video. But that was also a huge moment. There's a lot of huge moments with the women that I feel like they should have put in the intro that wasn't. But yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But one thing I will not fans discredit WWE for is not giving women put, time or opportunities because they have. Women have been in WrestleMania twice. Women have been in Hell in a Cells, Elimination Chambers, Royal Rumbles, longer matches, Iron Man matches. They've been giving women all that. Does it suck that they're not delivering as much as some of the male superstars are? Yeah, but I really feel like that's all on the talent. I definitely feel like if they would give women more stronger storylines and more stronger character development, we would have a better roster. And I definitely feel like if women was in certain positions, we would have an even better roster. I definitely feel like they should go back to the concept of how it was in like the mid '90s from like the mid 2000s before the PG era started. There's certain women that should be eye candy, certain women that should just be the characters, and certain women that should be here for the championships and for the big matches. I don't think everyone should be in the same mixing pot. That's just how I feel. So that's all I have to say about that. I'm going to get into the Royal Rumble predictions. So let's get started. So the first match of the night is the men's Royal Rumble. Honestly, I feel like this one is a no-brainer. The Rock is going to win it. I honestly feel like if they want to make this one Reigns and Rock storyline mean something, they would have The Rock win it. I definitely feel like they're building this up way too late, but there's still time. I honestly don't know when WrestleMania is. It's probably in April or something, but I definitely feel like there's still time. We just need to have it be consistent and have it make sense. I don't want the story rushed. So I definitely feel like The Rock is winning this. If The Rock isn't winning it, they're going to make Cody Rhodes win it. And I personally feel like that is way too soon. This guy came to the main roster. He got injured and he's coming back winning a Royal Rumble. He hasn't, when he was on the roster, he didn't really have a lot of character development. It was still more for him to go. I mean, he came back the night after WrestleMania, and then him and Seth Rollins had a long feud from, I think, of April to October. So yeah, I mean, I guess we could say that is long character development, but it's different when it's a guy like John Cena or Edge coming back from injury because you saw their journeys into wrestling from being these guys to being these mega stars. I definitely feel like Cody Rhodes coming back to win a Royal Rumble is just a forced moment. It doesn't feel right to me. And I definitely feel like it's just a forced moment. But I think if WWE was thinking clearly, it should definitely be The Rock. So that's my prediction for the men's Royal Rumble. The Rock will win it. Coming in number 2 is the women's Royal Rumble. Like I said before, the women's Royal Rumble has had no build to it. It's like you have no idea who's going to win it. I've been hearing rumors that Rhea Ripley is going to win, and personally, I feel like that is such a weak winner. Rhea Ripley, even though she's in the Judgment Day, she's had like zero character development. What's special about her? She can't cut promos. She's not appealing. She has no charisma. She can't tell stories in the ring. She's really bad in the ring. Like, she's really botchy, and her psychology is really off. Like, I can't afford to try to make her to this next China, and I'm just not feeling it. So I don't think it should be Rhea. I think what they should do is have it be Liv. I feel like Liv was robbed of her first championship reign. I definitely feel like they treated her like shit during her reign. And I feel like if WWE wants to fix that, I feel like her underdog story is not over. And they should have Liv win it. They should have Liv win it, go to WrestleMania. You know how the underdog storyline, people saying that she can't do it. She can't go to WrestleMania and fight Bianca or Charlotte. I definitely feel like if she wants to prove herself, she would go with the bigger winner, and that would be Charlotte. Charlotte is a bigger star to Bianca, and I think if Liv really wants to prove herself, she would face Charlotte at WrestleMania just to prove everybody wrong. To me, ain't a good fucking storyline, and I definitely don't think Charlotte should be a first-time women's champion. So this Liv is the perfect person to take it off Charlotte. But I honestly feel like when Liv was on Raw, she was booked way better than she was on SmackDown. So maybe she should go back to Raw. But I think Liv should win it. Coming at number 3 is Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight in a Mountain Dew Pitch Black match. I honestly don't care for this match. I really don't care for Bray Wyatt. His return has been very lackluster. This whole Uncle Howdy garbage didn't even get interested until Alexa Bliss got in the mix of it. I honestly feel like if they're pairing him back up with Alexa Bliss, that is the best thing for him. As much as fans really hated that, I honestly love the partnership between them, her and Bray Wyatt. Unpopular opinion, I thought it was really good. I think WWE botched it at WrestleMania, but I definitely loved her and Bray Wyatt being a pairing in the beginning. But I don't care for this match. So we're going to move on. Coming in at number 4 is Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. This match, I would see Roman Reigns as winning, but I honestly feel like the ending is going to be so overdone. I honestly feel like Sami Zayn is going to come out here. The whole bloodline is going to come out here. And I feel like Sami Zayn is going to try to help Kevin Owens win, but that's not how he's going to make it look. And I really feel like the ending is going to be very overdone with a lot of cheating and chaos. And I cannot wait to see this match. I know Roman Reigns and Kevin Owens are going to deliver like they always do. So this is going to be a pretty interesting match. I think the build has been very good. Even though it's not really about Kevin Owens, it's really more on Sami Zayn, which is still a good thing because maybe Roman Reigns not thinking about Kevin Owens could be a very understatement for Kevin. Maybe that could give him a bigger advantage that Roman Reigns, his mental state is not focused on his opponent, it's more focused on the person in his group. And that could also be very interesting. So this match will deliver. And the last match is Bianca versus Alexa Bliss. I want Alexa Bliss to win this. I honestly feel like Bianca has been champion for way too long. It's really time for her to lose the title. She is really a boring babyface. I honestly feel like they give her no real material to get behind. I like Bianca, but I definitely feel like there's more. There's more development for her that needs to be done. Looking back at it, I really feel like she had potential in the beginning, but that Sasha Banks feud really, really fucked her up. And then I don't think the Becky Lynch feud did her any better. And then having her lose her title to Becky Lynch in 5 minutes was just downright fucking terrible. Basically, what I'm saying is she went to WrestleMania twice, main event at WrestleMania her first time in the company, and I just don't feel like she's this big star as they're trying to portray her. I definitely feel like there's more development for Bianca that needs to be done, and that's just my opinion. I feel like she's not that strong in the mic, she's not that strong at storytelling, and she's not really good at making other people look good in the ring. I definitely feel like her psychology could be a little bit off sometimes. I don't think she's botching or anything. I just feel like I want to see more from her, and I'm not really seeing the fire like I saw before. So those are my predictions. Thanks for listening, and I hope everything turns out really good at the Royal Rumble. I hope it's not a bad show. I hope it's booked really well.